Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm so happy that I made it. I made it today. I'm so sorry that I ended up actually having to what there's like something on my glasses. I ended up having to cancel last week's live stream because I was not feeling very well. I had really, really bad migraine. So the last couple of weeks have been a little rough. But I am here and I'm so happy. So I am definitely needing to be super duper productive today because I have still to finish my read through. So I did my first read through, but now I'm going to go ahead and read through and actually like be able to do notes and stuff. So I can actually start making edits on the live stream on the trophy wife. So hey, oh, it's okay. That's awesome. So no, you're totally fine. So are you live right now or are you just like watching the live stream? Percy, hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. I miss you. I miss you. I feel like we haven't talked in forever. And I really want to figure out what is on my glasses. There's like this spot that's driving me nuts. Unless it's like 1,000 like degrees in my room right now. Oh, no, no problem. Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad it's cool to see that there's other people that stream this late. And this time I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm extremely tired, but I took a nap already, so I'm like ready to go. Like, sorry, I think I might be missing something. Hold on. I'm going to go back. Hi, you're on another stream. So sorry. And very nice. What's very nice? I'm confused and base. I'm a little confused. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like I literally woke up like I don't know an hour ago because okay. So my kids woke up this morning. They've got this weird thing where they're waking up incredibly early, and I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. or it's about 5:30 to find out that my son snuck and like into where my phone is, took my phone, tried to get into my phone, but didn't know the passcode. But if you guys know if you have like a, well, I don't know if it's on all phones, but I know with the iPhone that if you can't get into it, there's like the emergency button. So he called 911. So that was really great. I woke up to my son thinking he was somehow talking to me, even though he's sitting right next to me, talking to the 911 operator at 5:30 this morning. So then I wake up in a panic, like, okay, it's 5:30 in the morning. The cops are on their way to my house right now or something. But they never showed up. Like the lady was really nice. I was like, I'm so sorry. My son took my phone. Bye. I just hung up. It was awful. So I've been up pretty much since 5:30, except that I took a nap at like 9 o'clock. So or at like 8 o'clock. Oh, weird. Okay, hold on. I'm really confused. Okay, so you're watching a live stream for somebody who you totally agree with on a lot of things, and your comments aren't appearing, or any comment mentioning his cosmetics are vanished. That's weird. Whose live stream are you watching? I'm so confused. But this sounds very interesting. That's like really weird. So somebody will like leave a comment in the live stream and then it just like immediately just like disappears. Like somebody's just like, oh, you can't talk about this, so we're gonna like delete the comments right away. That's shady. That's really weird. So how is everybody? I feel like it's only been like I only missed one. Well, we'll say I missed. We'll just say I missed like two two live streams because the first one I was somewhat there, but I fell asleep. I actually privated, like I privated that video afterwards because I was like, yeah, okay, like I was dozing off. But here's what happened. So then I was like, okay, so I'm gonna do my read through, but I couldn't keep my eyes open. So I was like, I'm just gonna like close the camera and like set a timer for like half of what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll just like take a quick little cat nap while everybody's writing, and then I'll wake up and I'll feel like great and like I'll be able to just continue the live stream. And then like 30 minutes later, woke up and my sister's been like messaging me and she was like calling me and there was like comments that were like, what is going on? And I just woke up and was like, I'm done. So I ended up, it was 2 weeks ago. So I ended up like exiting out of the live stream, laying my head down right here and falling asleep for like 2 hours. And then my husband woke me up and was like, what is going on? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. You were supposed to be done at midnight. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm asleep. And then I woke up. And at that point, I was wide awake at that point. So I finished my read through that night. And I haven't been able to do anything since. So what my plan to do for this live stream is I'm going to go through and do my second run, but it's going to be a lot faster because this time I'm going to read it and I'm going to allow myself to actually make notes on the changes that I need to make. But yeah, my Camp NaNoWriMo is basically non-existent. So okay, so Levelhead on Twitch. Okay, so like, is this the guy that has his cosmetics or is he talking about somebody that has cosmetics? I'm confused. Oh, and you can't see your comments. So you're like writing things and your comments are disappearing. That's interesting. Ooh. Hello, Simon. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm hoping everybody else is doing well also. And I don't know if I skipped your message, your comment, Kirsty, but I do miss you. We need to chat soon. We need to catch up. I've just been like crazy busy lately. So what are you guys working on? Are you guys going to be like writing or working or anything? Let me actually message my sister, see if she's here or not. She likes to lurk in the comment and in the background. Cool. Okay, send a message to sister to see if she's here. Okay, so I think we should just jump right into the first sprint because I really want to see if I can get, I really would love to get this read through done. There's something weird going on. My hair's doing something weird. See if I can get the read through done during this sprint too. So yeah, so let's go ahead and what do you guys think about doing like 20 minutes? And then you can catch us up when we get back on whether or not your comments started popping back up because I'm assuming you're going to keep finishing. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. How did you twist your ankle? Okay, so I have Notion, but like I just okay, my sister is here. She said I don't lurk. Anyways, okay. Love you, sister. Okay, so okay, how did you twist your ankle? And then I have Notion, but like I don't know if it's for me. Like I downloaded it because I was like, okay, well, everybody's talking about this Notion thing and it's so great for productivity, but I just don't think it's for me because I just don't really, I don't know. Like I don't see it that it can do anything for me that like my planners don't do. And I have this like new kind of planning system because I do need something that's a little bit more digital that I can just, you know, because I always have my phone or my iPad with me. So what I've been doing that I really like is at the beginning of the week, I just do like a brain dump of like every single, there's something really weird going on with my hair and I don't like it. Every single task that I have to do, for like the week for everything, for the book box, for YouTube, for my kids, for my work, like whatever it is. And like I just kind of will write like on different pieces of paper and I just brain dump every single thing that I have to do. And then I've been using like I don't know why I've never used this before, but the reminders like app that you have on your iPhone or like I have this on my iPad right now. And so I just have like a bunch of I don't know if you guys can actually see it because it's like yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it. But I don't know, it's just cool. It's got like I don't know. It's just I've got everything broken down. So like home for like cleaning. I've got like my shopping list. Oh, I actually bought all the oils. I can take that off. That I share with my husband. I've got YouTube, Instagram, TikTok because I'm going to start doing TikTok. Writing stuff, bookworm stuff, and then I can just go through. And then when I'm filling out my weekly planner, I just go through these lists and I start like kind of checking things off or like putting them on like where they need to go. And then as I'm going throughout the week and I'm doing things on the list, I'll check them off in my planner and then I'll also remove them from this. And I don't know. It's just a system that seems to be working for me, and I really like it. Yeah, I haven't even, but honestly, I haven't even played around with it. It could really be something that I love. I've just seen like videos on it and I have it. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if I've opened it. I know I downloaded it and I don't know where it is right now. It's somewhere on my phone. But I think I just need to like play around with it and see. Oh no. Oh goodness. I hope you're feeling okay. How bad is it? It does. I hope you feel better soon. My bullet journal isn't really working. Oh. I've seen your spreads. You spend a really long time, but I also know that like you doing your bullet journal spreads is also kind of part of like your, I don't know, it's like your creative outlet too, you know. And I think that's why I like my planner. I can't do the spreads you do. I have zero skill. But I like to download stickers and I like to decorate. I spend like a lot of time decorating my stickers, but honestly, like once I've done that, I don't really use the actual planner part that much. I do have, I was cleaning my room when my kids were in here, and so I put the thing, I think it's under this. Oh, I have to find it. I don't know where I put it. But I have this like daily planner that I downloaded as well that I love. And I put it in a frame and I use just like these like whiteboard markers. And because it's in a glass frame, so I write on it every day. And I love that. So what I'll do is I'll take like my daily tasks that I wrote in my planner and then I'll write them out. And then that's kind of what I look at throughout the day. And it kind of aligns with what's in the reminders app too. But I don't know. I have to really, like, I have to try Notion. Yeah, I mean, I have a very low pain tolerance too. Well, I'm glad that you don't feel like you have to go to the hospital. And I'm glad hopefully it's not as bad as what happened to Bree. Remember when I think, did she twist her ankle too? But it was like bad. I think they said she had I think, didn't they say that like she broke it, but then they figured out she didn't break it? I don't know. I have no skill, okay? There's a reason why I write and I don't do things like draw or make music because I have zero talent. I'm not like, I'm talented with words. I'm not talented with things that take artistic talent like drawing or singing or anything like that. I'm just really good at coming up with really twisted things and like, yeah, I'm just really good at being twisted in my brain. That's my skill. So, okay, so Kirsty, so you're going to be working on, okay, so you are putting your book wish list in your Notion. So how many books are you adding to your wish list? Oh, so this just happened tonight? I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something to help you, but I'm very far away from you, so I can't hug you. And I really wish I could figure out what this is going on with my hair. I don't like it. But I've also had it in like a scrunchie for like 3 days straight. So anyways, okay. So let's go ahead and just start a sprint if you guys want, because I do want to really work on getting the, ooh, that's a nice apartment. Okay, sorry, I get very sidetracked. Okay, last night. Yeah, it can happen. Like, I feel like pain is always like the first day you're like, oh, this sucks. But then the next day you're like, I want to die. Well, I hope you feel better soon. Keep it elevated. That's one thing I do know is you want to like keep it elevated. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do the first sprint. And I'm going to make some more coffee so that way I don't fall asleep on this live stream again. Because I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling very energized, but that could happen. That could change at any minute because I have been up since 5 a.m. So I'm going to make some coffee and I'm going to get my script and I'm going to start actually making notes on the changes that I want to make. Because I, like, my Camp NaNoWriMo sucks. Like, I did not do anything. I'm supposed to, for those of you that aren't in the writing community, Camp NaNoWriMo is a thing that comes around every April. And so they do camp in April, camp in July, and then you do the full NaNoWriMo in November, which is basically where the idea is that you're going to write a novel in a month. And so for Camp NaNoWriMo, you get to set your own goals for what you want to accomplish that month. I said I was going to write 30,000 words. It is the 27th. I wrote 0 words, but I can count like this weird conversion thing. So I can count the time that I've spent into words. So when you look at how much time I've spent working on it, I would say I have like 300 words. So 300, 30,000, not exactly the same thing. So my Camp NaNoWriMo really sucks, but I do have a deadline where I need to have this script as good as I can make it by May 30th, because I'm going to be doing something pretty cool where I'm going to actually be talking to somebody that's in the actual like film and television world about my project. I'm not really expecting anything to come from it. It's more of just like an opportunity to speak with somebody in the industry and get their feedback and maybe get representation, but that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, so I do have a lot of work to do if I'm going to be able to have that appointment on the 30th and actually have it be, because the idea is like this person's not going to see it, but potentially if they like the idea, they could ask to see it. And if that happens, I want it to be perfect. Okay, hold on. I have a spreadsheet for the books I own. Oh my gosh, I could never keep track like that. And a wish list, it's on 177 books. Okay. I don't know how many books I have. I don't know how many. I mean, we're not going to count all these because these aren't really mine. These are, okay, so if you guys don't know, I have a book subscription box that I own. So I totally screwed up. So I ordered, this was the book that came out that I gave out in April. It's a fantastic book if you like that. It's by an indie author. She's wonderful. So anyway, so I ordered the books, but when I was ordering them through Ingram, I screwed up and I didn't like select the right warehouse or whatever. So the book was on like back order. And I thought I canceled that one because then I went right back into it, selected the right warehouse, got my books, sent them all out. I had like 3 left over. And then a couple of days ago, I'm like, why does it say I have a package? Like I haven't ordered anything. So I started getting really upset with my husband. So I'm like, what did he buy? And he didn't tell me and whatever. And then I go out there and it's a huge box of all these books because the back order came through and I realized I did get charged double, but it's fine. I can do something with them. So these ones won't count, but maybe during one of the sprints, I'll take the few minutes and try to count how many books I have. And we'll guess how many. I'm going to say I had 205 books. That could be way under what I have. That could be way more than what I have. I don't really know because I have this bookshelf here, a giant pile of books that are in the corner over here that were on here. I have my book cart and then 2 bookshelves over there, but they're kind of smaller. So I'm going to guess, okay, I'm going to guess 205 books. And then when we do our first sprint, I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to count all the books and I'll let you know how many I have. How many, and then you guys put in the comments, just like guesstimate how many books you think I have. Because then I've got this isn't even a bookshelf. This is like supposed to be for DVDs, but I use it for books. So I've got this whole thing here that's filled with books. I have one of those like TBR carts where the first shelf is fully filled up. The second shelf, we're not going to count all the books on there because some of those are left over for the book box. So we're going to say like there's like half of that's filled. The bottom one is filled with coffee. Then I have like 3 shelves over here that's full. And then a bigger like wide bookshelf that's completely filled up. And that has 3 shelves on it too. We're not going to count the other 2 bookshelves in this room because those are my husband's. So we're going to guess. I'm going to say I have 205 books and we'll see how many I have. And you guys put in the comments what you think I have. Is it really? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I guess it probably is. But then I also feel like it would make me feel so like weird about how many books I own that I haven't read yet. And then just like overwhelmed with like wanting to read all the books. Like if I could do nothing, like if I could just quit my job tomorrow and just read, I would totally do that. I would just love to just like, is that a job? Like, can that just be like, is that a job? I mean, I know there's like YouTube, obviously, where you can like, make money from like your channels, but like, like, is there a job where like your job is not just, and not, yes, I know there's like, editors, there's people whose job it is to read for like a reason, but like, is there a job where your job is just like read for enjoyment and read whatever you want and nobody tells you what to read? You don't have to do anything afterwards. Like, I don't want to have to do anything. I don't want to have to write a blog post. I don't want to have to give people advice or edit their books. I just want to read for enjoyment and get paid for that. Can that be a job? Hi, Jordan. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Oh, don't worry about it. I've just been talking nonstop for 25 minutes. It's fine. Yes, please do. Okay, your guess is 250. Okay. I'm going to write it down because I'll forget. Okay, so I'm going to say, I love how your guess is bigger than mine. Okay. I'm saying 205. And then Kirsty says 250. Hey, I'm glad to see you. How are you? I'm sorry, what? Chocolate gummy bear? Like chocolate like gummy bears? Or that's incredible. 350. Okay, sister says 350. Now here's a question. Are we going to be counting ebooks? Like, I know we shouldn't count like things like Scribd where like I don't actually own the book, but what about like should we count like books that are on my Kindle? Because if that's the case, then there's probably like 500, but I don't know how many I have on my Kindle, but I don't know, definitely way more than 205. So, okay, so are we just counting physical books or are we going to count Kindle books too? Okay, Kirsty says yes to ebooks. Okay, but sister says no. Okay, that's cheating. How is that cheating? No, how is that cheating? Because it's still a book that I own. Because it's not like, okay, so like things like Audible, I think, no, Audible, you own the books and you don't have to like, if you cancel your membership, they don't go away. They can't take the book away from you. So I also have all my ebooks and my audiobooks because that's, a way of consuming. So I think it should count. I think it should count as a book because it's a book. It's a book somebody wrote and I'm just choosing to consume it in a digital format or with my ears. But I don't think it should count if I have both the physical and like, so for example, let's go with Out of My League. Where's Out of My League? I just finished Out of My League the other day. Great book, by the way. I can't find it. I put it somewhere. Out of My League by Sarah Sutton. I have that book on Audible. I have that book on ebook. And I have that book on physical. No, I don't have the ebook. I just have the audiobook and the physical copy. So I don't think both should count. But I think it should count as one book. Oh, well, I'm glad that you're here, but please get paid. Please get paid. So why don't you hang out with us for a little bit and then go get your money. Oh, I'm so hungry now. I'm sorry, that's disgusting. Pickle gummies are a big fat no for me. Sorry. Kirsty says I count my ebooks. If you own the book, you own the book. Thank you. Okay, so the question was how many books were in your room, which means physically in the room. Was that the question though? Or was the question how many books do I have? And I just started looking around the room. The question really was, because hold on, let's go back and look at Kirsty. We were just talking about how many books Kirsty has. So, and I just said, I think I have 205 books. I didn't specify how I received those books or how I consume them. So I think it's going to count. Or we can flip a coin. So, because, yeah, let's see. Let's flip a coin. So, we're going to flip a dime. Okay. We're going to flip a dime. So, since you're my sister, you get to call it heads or tails. Put it in the comments. Heads or tails. You get to call it. Just tell me. Fine. Okay, we're gonna count the ebooks. Okay, so I should be productive. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a 20-minute sprint. I'm gonna make some coffee and I'm going to count my books. And then, so now since we're counting ebooks, I honestly don't even know how many I have. I have so many because I'm on like PR lists for like certain, I don't know, whatever. And they'll like every few months they'll send out a thing that's like, here's these books that you can have. And I don't turn down a book. Like I don't even, it's gotten to the point where I don't even really read the synopsis. I'm like, you want to give me a book? I will take it. I might not read it, but I'm going to take it. So Kirsty is now saying 450. All right, so she's saying 450, and I'm gonna say I have 375. I think I have 375. Just kind of rust. This pen does not even write. 375. Okay. Okay, so my sister's guess is now 600. Okay, so sister's guess is 600. Okay, so I love how mine is the lowest guess. I don't know. I think it's because I don't want to acknowledge how much money I spend on books. Oh, that's fun. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. Donut gummies do sound good. So my kids and I have started this thing where on Sundays we order donuts from this place down the street and have it delivered. The kids call it Sunday Donut Day. And it just makes me so happy because I always wanted to do something like that because when I was a little kid, I would go visit my dad on the weekends, and every time he'd go to take me back to see back to my mom's house, we would stop on our way and we would get ice cream. And I loved it. And it was like our little thing that we would do. And I always wanted to do something like that with my kids. And now like we kind of found our way into our own little tradition, which is probably not really great for my figure, but I don't care. Screw it. I'm having donuts with my kids every Sunday and it's wonderful. So okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put, let's do 20 minutes. No, go have fun. Go watch Netflix. Bye. It was good. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Have fun. Go eat some gummies and watch some Netflix. That sounds like a fantastic way to spend your evening. And hopefully I'll see you next week. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll do 20 minutes and I will grab what I need to grab to actually be productive during the next one, and I'll start counting my books. Okay, so I'm back. Okay, so I figured out how many I have on my Kindle, and I subtracted duplicates. So I subtracted duplicates, and I subtracted like, so I'm counting, like, for example, like I'm counting every copy of Jane Eyre that I have because that's my favorite book of all time, and I have like 3 or 4 copies of Jane Eyre, but I'm only counting the physical ones. But books where I have both the ebook and the audiobook, or the ebook and the physical book, I'm only going to count those as one. And I am going to count my Audible. I'm not going to count any books that I saved to Scribd because I don't actually own those. It's just like having them at the library. But because you can cancel Audible and still keep your books, I'm going to count those. So that's what I'm figuring out right now. But like, again, that's a duplicate. That's a duplicate. That's not. That's a duplicate. Okay. So we'll just start here. 2, 3. 4. 9, 10. That's a duplicate. 15, 16. 7, 31. Okay, so without counting duplicates, I have 31 audiobooks. Okay, I didn't do the math though. So let's actually add this up. So where is my calculator? Okay, so what I ended up doing is just like, yeah, I don't think, sister, you're way off. There's no way I have 600 books. There's no way I have 600. But I'm sticking with, my guess was I upped it to 375. I'm gonna stick with 375. Kirsty went up to 450, and my sister said 600. So let's see. So what I did is I just kind of like, oh wait, no, that one doesn't count. So okay. I added those 2 shelves together, and then I started doing each shelf individual because I didn't want to like lose track. Because I was starting to lose track. I was like, crap, I have to start all the way from the beginning. So it's like, I'm just going to write down each shelf. So that way if I lose track, I just have to count from the beginning of the shelf again. I wonder if I can share this with you. I wonder if I can let you guys see like my calculator as I'm adding this in. Let's see, window. Yeah. Okay, let's share my calculator. Okay, so can you see me too? Wait, where did I go? Am I here? Oh, I'm here. Okay. I'm down there in the corner. Okay, cool. So I have, I'm sure that this is not interesting to anybody but myself, but now Kirsty started us on this, and now I need to know how many books I have. Okay, what was I? 23? Yeah, 26, 2, 31, 19, 15, 25, 45, 31. Okay, so I have 408 books. That makes me really like happy. Yes. So I was not too far off, you guys. So I said 375. I have more books than I thought I did. And I guess, Kirsty was closest. And I really want 600 books though. So now I need to do some shopping. I need to do some shopping. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, do it so that way I can get monetized at some point in time, and I can just spend all my money on books because I have another 200 books I have to buy now. So anyways, that was interesting and not productive. Well, I guess it was productive. I don't know. It definitely wasn't what we were supposed to be doing during the live stream, but it was still fun. Okay, so that's just great information for me to have. Okay, anyways, so The sad thing is, though, now I feel like I want to go through. I'm not going to do it right now, but at some point I should go through that and figure out of all the books that I counted, how many have I actually read and see in comparison of the 408 books that I own, how many have I read? That would be interesting too. Oh, but this is also a very good thing to do because there have been a couple things like this room eats crap. Okay. Like okay. So last summer I bought my camera that I use for vlogging and I love it. I love it so much. I love it more than my husband. It's my baby. Like I love my camera. And then I lost it because I set it down somewhere in the store and it just was gone forever. And I thought maybe it fell out of the car, maybe I took it somewhere. I just thought it was gone forever. And I ended up finding it months later. Then at some point, this has been gone for like a year, okay? I have now 3 of these little like Kindle Fires, but I got one of these because I wanted something to read ebooks on a couple years ago, and then I started sharing it with the kids. And so then I got myself another one, which is this one in my hand, and then I lost it. I just set it down somewhere in my room and I lost it. And then this is like the first one I got. I don't know. I broke it, the kids broke it, something. And then I have another one somewhere in this room. But again, I share them with the kids. So the kids really don't like that one of them has to have the broken one, one of them doesn't. It runs out of storage all the time. But now that I have my iPad, I don't really need the other one, but I knew that I had a third one, that I had one that I bought that I had set somewhere. And when I couldn't find it for a long time, I ended up buying another one to replace it. So that way the kids could each have one, whatever. And while I was going through, it was in this bookshelf, like right here, like sandwiched right in between this black part here and this book. So I found that. The other thing that I've been missing for weeks now, and I feel so bad, like when my kids wake up tomorrow, I have to apologize to them because they also steal my crap. They are obsessed with mouses and keyboards and anything that you can use to work from home because they're 6 and mommy works from home. So they like to like make their own little like build their like little Lego bins into little computer monitors, and they'll get like old like mouses that I've had or whatever, and they set their little like work from home offices up. It's adorable. I have been like swearing up and down the kids stole the mouse that matches my keyboard, which is somewhere over here, because I bought this like really cute like pink and white keyboard and had a cute little pink and white mouse. I swore the kids stole it and like went to play with it, and it's been in their toy box or something, and I've looked a million times and it's not there, and I keep asking them, not like, where'd you put my mouse, but I'm like, hey, did you find mom's mouse? Are you sure you don't have it? Like, I'm pretty sure you have it. And they swear they don't have it, but I don't believe them. And yeah, I found it on my bookshelf. I must have set it there to keep it from the kids because I know that if they see it, they'll take it and want to use it for their little work from home offices. So I'm a jerk and I blamed my children. And now I owe them, I don't know, a Kinder Egg or something. Anyways, so how did you guys do? What did you do during the 20 minutes that I was counting books and making coffee? That's awesome. Anywho, okay, so I also do need to be like productive during the rest of the sprint and actually work on my script, which I also can't seem to find right now because, like I said, this room eats stuff. But I had the intention of working on it earlier today, so I pulled it all out and I did something with them. Sure it was. No, I'm pretty sure it was because you started all of this with you creating your wish list of more books that you want to own. So I'm pretty sure that that was the point of the exercise, was for me to see how many books I own so I can see how many more books I need. So that was absolutely the point, and it is absolutely your fault, Kirsty. So I blame you. Anyways, okay. So I really do need to actually be productive. So I don't know, like, are you guys working on anything right now? I know Kirsty said she was working on her wish list. How did that go? Did you get all the books added? There we go. Okay. Anywho, okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's do another 20 minutes. Because I need to find my script and I need to start making some notes on that. And if I where is it? It's like not like it's some small thing. It's like in a giant black little like case thing and a notebook. And it was right on my desk. So it's got to be right around here anyways. Okay. So I'm going to find my script and I'm going to actually start working and being productive because I'm never going to finish editing the script if I don't actually start editing the script. So I'm going to grab my coffee that I made, which by the way, okay, really quick. So trying to figure out the best way to like place to sit and how to do this. I like sitting in front of the tapestry on the red couch because it's kind of comfortable, but there's not like a place for me to put my computer. So what I usually do is I have my little like dresser that sits behind my desk and I'll just like pull that thing over and I'll plop the computer on top of it. And that's fine, but it's a pain in the butt to get back. So then I had the bright idea today of getting like one of those little, like we have a million like folding tables, right? So I had one in the hallway. So I pulled that in, I put it here and I stuck the computer on it and it's fantastic. I love it. It's a great setup. The only problem is there's no way to get around my room now. So I had to like, when I was counting the books and stuff, I had to crawl underneath the table that the computer is on. But my coffee maker is over here. The water to put inside the coffee maker is over there. So I had to like crawl underneath the table with a cup to go fill up water. And then I come back and I crawled back under the table and I poured in there and realized my cup is twice the size of the cup I'm going to drink out of is twice the size of the cup that I now have water from. So then I had to crawl back under the table and get more water. It was a pain in the butt. I just thought I'd share that information as well. Okay, so I'm going to put 20 minutes on the clock. I'm going to make my coffee, find my script, and actually start being productive. Okay, so I found my script. I actually had it on that same bookshelf I was just looking at that tends to eat things. It was just like tucked up on top of all the books and I just didn't see it, so it's good. I was able to get I'm sorry, I completed 4 pages of notes. So like I said, it's gonna be pretty easy, I think, for me to just blow through the rest of this and just write some notes because I'm not really like I'm gonna do this process probably twice before I start really going in and making changes. Because some of it's just like easy stuff that I know I want to change. I'll read like the wording. I'm like, yeah, this needs to be adjusted, or but there's a lot of plot changes that need to happen, or things that like I have a conversation between two people and I realize like this conversation needs to be fleshed out more. What am I doing with my hair? It needs to be fleshed out a lot more, and it also needs to be moved later on in the scene so they can still have the conversation, but it needs to be like I need to change the order of it. So I think what I'm really going to do is go through here, write down all my notes inside the script, and then go back to like my outline and really like I think I'm going to go back through and re-outline the script, and then I can go back through after I re-outline it and kind of notate what parts are staying the same, if wordings are going to just be copied over exactly, or what needs to be like a full rewritten set of pages. So that's how I did. What did you guys do during the last sprint? Oh, and it's starting to hit me. It is definitely starting to hit me that I have been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to fall asleep this time, I swear. Because I think I swear. Oh my God, yeah, I am starting to hit me. Am I the only one that, like, as soon as you start drinking coffee, all of a sudden you feel more tired than you were before you started drinking coffee? Is that just me? Let me get rid of this thing. Okay, so I think that pretty much most of the people have dropped off or fallen asleep or gone to do other things. So let's just kind of wrap it up. Let's just kind of do another 20 minutes and then we can check in at the end. Oh, hello, hello, hello. We have friends. Hello, Aphrodite. How are you? Aphrodite, right? I'm so happy to see you. How are you? Were you writing during the last sprint? Oh my gosh, it's really starting to hit me how long I've been awake. It was like, oh, I'm gonna be like slap. So if like we're doing the next sprint, and I'm like sitting here and I'm like writing, and then you just see me like slap myself across the face, like don't even worry, like don't think about it. It's just like we'll just pretend it didn't happen. Good. I'm glad. Thank you for popping in. I'm glad to see you. Yeah. We've been streaming since about 10 o'clock my time, which is Pacific time. I'm in the US. Where are you from? What time is it where you are right now? Honestly, there hasn't been a lot of sprinting. Okay, so the first time, okay, so we chatted for like a half an hour. So we started at 10, we chatted for like a really long time. I get off on tangents. So like the problem is there's not people here to like keep me on point. So I'll just go and go and go. Anyways, so we started at 10:30. We chatted for a while. So we got on the subject of how many books we own because my friend Kirsty is making a list of her wish list and she tracks all the books she owns. So then I decided to count them all. So that's really all you missed is I made them guess how many books I own. I said I own 375. Kirsty said I own 450, and my sister said I own 600. We decided to count both physical, ebook, and audiobooks, but not duplicates. And then I counted them all, and come to find out, I own 408 books. So that is literally all you missed. And then you came in during the second sprint where I was actually being productive and doing the things that we're supposed to do during this sprint. So trust me, you did not miss much at all. Oh no, it is way past your bedtime. Why are you still awake? How are you still awake? It's 11:30 and I'm like, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I've never been to Maryland. I've always wanted to go like, okay, so how long have you lived in Maryland for? I think I had a friend that lived in Maryland or Maine. No, she did. Yeah, she lived in Maryland. I had a friend that lived in Maryland once. I've always wanted to go there. I think that's one state I don't think I've ever been to. I'm usually good at staying awake super late. That's why I choose to do late night live streams. But the last few weeks, I've just been exhausted because my kid's been getting up so stinking early. Anyways, so yeah, so I got during the last sprint, I got 4 pages. I don't know. Am I the only one that when you're like working on something that's really mean to yourself in your own comments? Like I'm just kind of a jerk. Like I was reading through and I was just like, change this. It's too cheesy and lame. Like I'm just like, I'm mean to myself, I think. Oh, cool. What's your newsletter for? You should I know I don't think you can like drop links in it, but like we can copy and paste it. You should drop the link to sign up for your newsletter. And I'll go sign up for it. Oh, cool. What part of California? So what do you think, like, what's your favorite thing about, because it sounds like, so you've lived in Maryland, then you went to California, then you came back. So what would you say, like, your favorite thing about living in Maryland is? Like, sell us on why we should come visit Maryland. I actually grew up in California. So I live in Oregon now, but I grew up in, like, California / Nevada, like the northern part of Nevada where it, like, meets with California. Oh, Beverly Hills. That's nice. I've been to LA. I don't know if I've ever been to Beverly Hills before because that's a little fancy. But I've been to LA quite a few times before. But I grew up in the northern, like not in really the northern part of the state. I don't know if you know where Lake Tahoe is, but like that's where I grew up. Yeah. I'm so glad it's not me. Not just, I mean, I know everybody can be brutal to themselves, but I was like reading my notes. I was like, I guess I could be a little nicer and just put like, change this wording, or the wording's a little cheesy. Did I have to put the wording is cheesy and lame? But like, let's be real, the wording was really cheesy and freaking stupid. So I told myself that because it needs to be changed. So it's so hard. Like, I feel like a lot of times my ideas are so much better when they live inside my head. Like I'll be driving in the car and I'll just come up with so many great ideas or like words that like I want to write it a specific way, and I see scenes playing out in my mind so perfectly. But then when I go to write them, they come out cheesy and lame because like what I'm actually putting on paper and what I'm seeing in my mind when I'm coming up with it are not the same, like at all. Like at all. But this is the first time I've really ever had like a project that I've completely finished all the way through and gone through and done, like I'm doing actual revisions other than like projects and, you know, short stories and stuff for school. But like for something that I want to do, it was like a professional. Oh my goodness. Sorry. There was no, okay. Whew, sorry. Anywho. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I like that. Maryland is America in miniature. I love that. Oh, that is awesome. I like the sea. I don't know how I feel about the mountains though. I grew up in a town that snows constantly, and I'm not, like I've always said, like where I grew up, there's like 2 types of people. There's the winter people and there's the summer people. Like the winter people are the ones that want to come and like they love the snow. I mean, obviously there's people that like both, but for the most part, you're either winter or you're summer. So if you're a winter, like you are all about skiing and snowboarding and all of the like cozy Tahoe vibes during the winter. I like the cozy part. I just don't do the skiing, the snowboarding. I don't like to drive in it. I don't want to shovel snow. Like I never want, like no shoveling snow. It's not for me. I don't want to touch it. I don't mind looking at it from inside by a fire while I drink hot chocolate with Baileys, but I also don't want to touch the snow. I don't want to feel it on my skin. I want to go outside and not be able to breathe because it's cold. I want nothing to do with it. But I do like I like the cozy vibe of winter. The rest of it is not for me. And then summer though is great because you can lay out on the beach all day long drinking Corona. That's me. So I like during the summertime is when I really start to feel like homesick. I mean, I feel homesick all the time, so miss my family, but I feel really homesick for like my town during the summer and Christmas. Definitely Christmas. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, put the link. I will subscribe to your author newsletter. I want to read it. So definitely put like a link of where we can subscribe to your newsletter. I really need to start doing my newsletter for the book box, but it's definitely on my list of things that I need to be doing. But there's so many things on my list of things to do. So anyway, so I don't want to keep you up all night long. So yes, not skiing and all that though. No, no. I mean, yeah, playing in the snow is fun. Like sledding is good. Like I don't mind sledding. I don't mind like going out and like being outside a little bit and like, you know, making snowballs or like, you know, throwing snowball fights and like being outside a little bit. Like I don't mind the snow when it's like when it's been a huge snowstorm and it's the next day and the sun is out, but it's not warm enough to melt the snow, but like it's warm enough to be able to go out and play in the snow and maybe make snow angels and have snowball fights and go sledding. I like that. But I don't want to drive in it. And I don't want to have to put chains on my tires. And I don't want to have to like, okay, so I used to work in a casino and I would work really late at night. But I lived on the Nevada side on the base of the mountain range. So I would have to drive up and down. And like there would be this basically this point where the snow just like we would get a little bit of snow, but we get like this much snow on the base of the mountain for like this much snow that they're getting on the mountain, right? So there'd be a point like halfway down the hill where my cables, because I didn't do chains, I did cables, like would damage my tires. So I would have to pull over on the side of the road and like the little cutouts that they have on this dark, windy, twisted road at like 2 o'clock in the morning, take my chains off, put them back in the trunk of my car, get back in the car and finish driving home so I didn't end up damaging my tires. And I'd have to do the reverse, like going to work. And it was annoying and it was awful and it sucked. Yeah. Oh, I won't let you put in a link. Okay. Comment it. Yeah, try to do it. Okay, yeah, try to do it in the comments or like maybe don't put like try maybe putting spaces and then I can just like delete the spaces. So if it's like, you know, your name.com, just put like your name and then do like a space and then like .com and then I can just copy and paste and like delete the spaces. Maybe try that. Yeah. Okay, and I had this trick too. Like I would have this trick where if I was driving down and there was like a really big snowstorm, I was always like really scared of like, you know, because I didn't always have like a really big, like my first car was a 1985 AMC Eagle. His name was Gus Gus. He only ran half the time. He was a beast in the snow. I loved him so much. Then I had a tiny little Saturn and the Saturn did not really like to drive in the snow. So I had this like thing that I would do because I was always a little nervous about driving in like big snowstorms. So what I would do is I would drive up half the way. I drive up to the very top and then I pull over onto like this area where I think there was like a hotel or there was like apartments or something up there. There was a big area. So I'd pull over and I would just wait. I would wait for 20 minutes, an hour. Like I would literally just wait at the top of the mountain and I would listen to music and no judgment. I was a smoker back then, so I chain smoke cigarettes. Very bad habit. Don't do it. And I would just literally wait at the top of the mountain, waiting for a snowplow or a huge truck to drive by. So that way I could just like coast down the mountain in their tracks. And I never had an accident. So yeah. So okay. Yeah. So it was, I never did, the chains are a pain in the butt to put on your tires. So what I would do is like the cables, because they're like thinner and they still would work for most stuff. But they were easy to get on and off. So I probably would not be able to put them on now. It's been so long, but I was a pro at putting on my chains back then. At least in my mind I was. Who knows? Maybe I made my dad do it all the time. Who knows? Yeah, but I had a couple times that my car would like break down in the snow. It was awful. It is like I didn't mind, like, because I would listen to music and I'd hang out with myself. Like it was a good time in my car. Okay. I just sit at the top of the mountain. Looking back now as like an adult, I'm like, how did I not get murdered? It was like the middle of the night on a dark secluded road. This is like what they make like thriller movies or like horror movies, like a girl alone in the car listening to music in the dark at the top of a mountain, just like sitting in her car. Like, how did I not get murdered? I don't understand. I used to do so many stupid things back then because I was young and dumb. And I look back and I'm like, how am I still alive? Like, how? Like, that's amazing that I am still alive and I have not been, that I'm not like on the news as the missing girl or something. I watch too much true crime. I've been watching practically nothing but true crime for like weeks now. So sorry. Anyways, so we have about 15 minutes left on this stream. So let's go ahead and just kind of do another like, let's just do like a quick like 15-minute sprint, and then we can check in before I end it. And hopefully you can stay awake and finish your newsletter. Coffee's finally kicking in. I love it. Okay. I know I said we're starting the sprint, but I love that. How am I still alive? That would be like a great, no, that would be like a great like collection of short stories, which is like they kind of like, have you seen the show? I don't know if it's still on, I doubt it is. It's like 1,000 Ways to Die, but it could be like, I don't know, 30 ways I could have died, or I don't know, like 30 ways I died or something. I don't know, where there's like every story is like a different way in which I died. I don't know. That would be an interesting and super twisted. That would be really twisted. And I love that idea because I write really twisted fiction. So maybe I need to do that. Just like a collection of short stories that all go over ways, and like some will be completely made up and some can be like semi autobiographical, just stupid ass shit that I used to do when I was a young, stupid idiot that I could have died. I like this plan. I need to write that down. Okay, this time we really will start sprinting. See, I'm what? Okay, I'm not the only one. I have to develop the idea a little bit more, but I like that. Of just like, different ways in which I could have died. Or the character, the fictional character, not me specifically, but the fictional character could have died. Yes. I'm a very like, okay, I'm learning to really lean into my twisted dark. Like, okay, so I've been having this problem with my novel. I swear we will sprint at some point. That it's really twisted and it's really dark. And a lot of times I'm like starting to write stuff and I'm like, whoa, hold on, this is supposed to be YA. Like I need to pull that back a lot because this is not YA. And then I was watching somebody's video, gosh, I can't remember who it was anymore. because I'm tired. I was watching a YouTuber, like an author tuber's video a couple weeks ago, and she said something about how she describes her book as it's an adult fantasy that YA readers would like, or that YA readers would love, or something. And I'm like, maybe that's what I need to write. Maybe I need to stop considering this a YA novel because my main character is in high school and it does deal with like high school stuff, and just write it as like it's an adult novel that just happens to follow a high school character, because the stuff that this character goes through, I mean, she was raised in a cult, and the cult leader wants to like either marry her or murder her. So there's like, there's a lot that I'm not saying in the novel that I would like to say. I don't know. I'm not making sense because I've been up since 5 a.m. But anyways, I don't know. That's something I'm kind of thinking about, is maybe I should, maybe I feel like I just don't feel like I want to restrict myself from going there. You know what I mean? Like, just write what I want to write it how I actually think the story needs to be told. And I can always, if somebody else says, whoa, this is too much, this is too much, like maybe pull it back a little bit. Yeah, like I new adult. So it's just that like I know that like it's so hard to tell the difference. Like, what is like, is it new adult if the character is still in high school, or is it not? Because I mean, and I also really want to explore the relationship, like the actual characters, some of the adult characters that are in the novel too, because there's like two of my favorite characters in the book are adults, and they have an amazing story as well. And I've been thinking about like, how do I interweave that into it? Or maybe I don't. Like, I think I'm just going to do touches on it, but then their story is one I really, really want to write as its own novel, because basically like the character, her aunt is like, chick's in a cult. Her aunt has been trying to find her forever. And the story of how her aunt has been investigating what happened to her and her mother, where they went when they disappeared, why it took, 8 years to find them. Like, there's so much backstory that I feel like their story is incredible and I'd love to write it. But how do I fit that if it's a YA trilogy? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? Hmm. That's true. That is very true. See, I like you. I'm so glad you came into my stream today. Yeah, so you have high schoolers in yours, and it's not wise. You're a new adult. So maybe, yeah, maybe we just stop considering it. I don't think I need to consider my novel. It isn't a YA book because it's really not a YA story. Like, it is, it's dark and twisted. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe people will decide it is YA. It's just a really dark YA. Ooh, see, dark drama. New adult coming of age. That's exactly what my story is. Like, right there. New adult coming of age, dark, because it is a coming of age story, because it's really about her figuring out how can she be her, like, who is, like, my main character is really on this exploration of like who she is, because her entire life she's been manipulated and brainwashed. And so, like, how do you even figure out how the hell you're going to live a normal life after spending your entire life practically being brainwashed by a psychopath? I don't know. Anyways, okay. So I said we're going to sprint. So let's sprint for 10 minutes and then we will talk more at midnight. I told you, I go off on tangents and then people don't stop me. I won't stop. You too. Thank you so much for popping in. Have a good night. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye. I made it. I made it all the way through without falling asleep. Although those last like 10 minutes was a struggle. I'm very tired now. But yes, we made it all the way through, and I actually was pretty productive. I got 12 full pages with just kind of notes on, just thoughts that I have. That'll definitely help me when I go back through and start re-outlining the script. So I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week. I will definitely be here again next Tuesday. I do these kind of late night, I call them like productivity live streams, because sometimes I'm doing planning, sometimes I'm writing, working on my website, like different things. So if you have something that you feel like you want to do, whether it's working on your, I don't know, books that you want to buy, or you're planning or writing or reading books, like whatever you want to do, just come and hang out with us. We have fun. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next week. If you were watching this live stream and you're not subscribed to my channel, please do, because I also do pre-recorded content. Like I really like vlogs. Like I'm trying to get a little bit more into vlogs and some sit-down content. I have some great videos coming out in the next couple of weeks, so I would love it if you came and hang out with me more. And I will see you guys next week. You know what to do. Go write some words and read a book, and I will catch you guys definitely on the next live stream on Tuesday, but I do have a vlog that hopefully will be up tomorrow morning as well. So thank you guys. Bye.